Hi everyone, my name is Chi. Welcome to another episode of Lifestyle Talk with Coco-Chi, where real people talk about real issues. On today's episode, we are going to talk about relationship. Yes, my favorite topic actually. Today we have a special guest and he is Mr. Pax. Hello, Mr. Pax. Welcome.
Thank you very much, Lady Chi. It's always a pleasure hanging out with you. And I'm hoping we'll have some fun today.
Oh, yes. We love fun.
It's always fun with you.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. Good. Can you tell our viewers a little bit about yourself, please?
Definitely. My name is Mr. Pax Knight, also known as The Code. I'm the creator of the Code series. And it's a platform I've actually created basically for relationships. Mm-hmm. And I think, based on all the things people go through, I think the basic things they need to understand. If they're able to understand those things, then it changes the dynamics of what actually happens to them. So it's either you have that choice of either being happy or being sad. But you have a choice, and you can always make that choice. And the funny thing about it is, while it's good to also see consultants and all that stuff, the friendship code is actually based on you using basic observational concepts. So there's nothing magical about it. There's nothing really scientific, really. It's just you being observant. And I think that helps. So
you are like a guru of friendship, like what's friendship code? What's that all about?
Well, basically, if you say so, the friendship code is, let's just say things like rules or things, thoughts. I call them thought forms because everything emanates from you. Mm-hmm. So these are thought forms of things that you feel, how do I actually conduct this relationship? Like, I'll give you an example. I mean, when you first of all meet people, after a while, you have to determine to yourself, what exactly do you want out of that relationship? You see, you can't allow yourself to string yourself along, because if you do that, then you're going to be going on a mindless journey. So you need to understand, first of all, what am I looking out for this? Again, sometimes we have these problems where these issues where people are, you expect something more from somebody else, but it's not coming. Yeah, but the issue is the dynamics of that friendship didn't probably get to that level that you expect those things to happen. So the friendship code basically breaks all these things down and allows you to know how these things work.
So it's like rules step by step.
Definitely.
Yeah.
But the good thing about it is that these are rules that you make up yourself.
Okay. So it's an individual rule.
Definitely, yeah.
Like rules you have to
They're
follow.
They're all basic, but it's rules you make up yourself. So it has to do with your makeup, your individuality.
Even when you're in a relationship, let's say partnership like marriage and friendship, so you got to make a rules.
It doesn't make any, the truth is, it doesn't make any difference. I mean, in my own opinion, sometimes I think people take it too far. Okay. While you have things like every relationship, right from the first day you say, hello, can we go out? Can we have a date? Mm-hmm. Basically what you've done is you've actually got on that bus. It might lead you to the bus stop. It depends on which one you want.
Right, okay, yeah, I'm getting there.
So basically, so it depends on what bus stop you are. But the thing is, everything...
So it's like a step.
Definitely. Yeah. So everything has a stage. Mm-hmm. So first of all, you go out, maybe take them to wherever you want to take them, have a meal, whatever, treat them. Mm-hmm. And then as time goes on, you feel, oh, I think this is somebody I really would like to get to know a bit better.
So it's a different stage.
Definitely. Then you start jumping into that stage. And then after a while, you say, I think I'll probably take her to my mom.
Right, then we're getting somewhere.
Yeah. And then, I want to introduce her to my friends. And then they get to know her and all those kind of things. But the thing is, you have to make sure along the line that these things are right for you. If they're not right for you, you will fall into problems.
Both ways, though, the man and the woman.
Definitely. So I'm actually speaking on both sides of the aisle, basically.
Okay. So what makes a good, healthy relationship? What are the qualities of a healthy relationship?
First of all, I always say, know yourself. You need to understand yourself. If you don't understand yourself, to be honest with you, you're wasting your own time.
Right.
Because I'll give you an example. There's some things you can't stand. It doesn't have to do with love. There's some things you just can't put up with. And don't think it's going to change when you put a ring on it. It's not going to change. And the reason is a habit. So most of these things are habits we've developed, which has made up our personalities. So at the end of the day, you need to understand that. So one, you need to understand yourself. So when you understand yourself, that helps you know how to navigate whatever challenges that come. These challenges are going to come anyway. That's life. But the thing is, when you understand yourself, you know, okay, I think I'm going to react this way. I'm not going to react that way. You see, I'll give you an example. Say for men who beat women, or even women that beat men.
Yes, yeah, there is.
I'm actually chuckling because it's for a man, it's quite strange, but it happens.
It does happen, because
happens,
I think it's the man ego, like, you can't say, oh, my wife beats me up, so it's kind of like, hush, don't say something. I think that's why you chuckled, like.
Yeah, that's why I chuckled. You can't say stuff like that. Yeah. But it happens.
It does, yeah.
So the thing is, you need to understand, there's some things you probably will not be able to put up with. And if you can't put up with those things right from time, don't bother getting into the next stage of relationship. You need to deal with that.
You need to sort yourself out.
You need to sort that out. If say, for example, he's violent or she's violent, it's not what you go into the next level with them.
But sometimes, some relationship, you don't even know. People don't bring their character. Let's say at the first stage of a relationship, a lot of people don't bring that character. You can't say it. It's only when you're deep inside, let's say married them, then you start, that character that start coming, and then you're like, wow. Okay,
put it this way. Everything you do has a sign. If you go outside today and you look at the sky, and you say, oh, it's going to be rain. It's going to rain today.
Right.
It's cloudy.
Yeah.
Oh, the sun is coming out.
Okay.
Everything has a sign. And while everybody brings their best foot forward, which is what everybody's looking at, I want to show my best. But the thing is, you need to look at the back foot. What exactly is happening? If I get to meet somebody, the first thing I do is I see the good sides, because that's always obvious with me.
Yeah.
But then I always say to myself, what's this person really all about? I try to balance it out. And then I say to myself, is this something I can put up with as an individual? Can I live with it?
Yeah.
And the truth is, even psychologists will tell you, nobody can fake it for too long.
That's absolutely true.
That is why I always advocate to people, don't have short relationships. Don't just do it in weeks and then you come in. Give it a few months. You see, it's better for you to spend 1 year understanding the person than being beaten up for the rest of your years. It doesn't help. And then what happens is that you get everybody involved who shouldn't really be involved in your business. But right from time, these habits always show, no matter how she tries to be nice. That's why sometimes they say, upset them. Purposely upset them.
Really? Just like pushing the buttons first?
That's the whole point.
Right.
Sometimes purposely upset them. And just watch the reaction.
Okay.
And see how they react.
Right.
You know?
I think sometimes I might have done what you just said a little bit, because like, let's say first date or something, you're meeting somebody and you're like, okay, I'm gonna run late and see what they're going to do.
Definitely.
See how the reaction will be. And
if they're not really happy with what it is, that tells you. Alarm bells. But again, here you have to be careful, because I have to throw in something. You have to be very careful here.
Yeah.
People can change.
Yeah.
So some of these habits could be things that they are willing to work towards. In cases like that, you give a chance, because you might actually lose out on somebody who is really nice. But those ones are not going to change. They're not going to change.
But how do you know if somebody's going to change or not going to change?
Oh, well, the thing is...
No one is, going and having a manual of relationship, carrying it with them and like, okay,
but
let's have a look.
That's why you have what I call the integrity factor. Okay. Does he do what he says he's going to do? If he says something, does he do it? You see, in relationships, it's very easy for people to give very flimsy excuses. Oh, I had a headache. Oh, I just couldn't go there. There were so many things happening. These are things you need to work on. The truth is, anybody who really likes you will make the effort. And if they give you a genuine reason, even in your soul, you can feel.
You understand.
You can feel there's something involved in it. Like I say to people, when I meet ladies and you get to talk and somebody's saying, I said, no, listen, if a lady really likes you, she'll do anything for you. The truth is, it's not about money. People think it's a money thing.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
not, because I've seen it. I've seen crazy, a very decent lady basically going out with a crazy guy.
Okay.
And I've been fortunate.
Girls like bad boys, you know.
Well, yeah, there has to be a bit of a bad mix in it,
Yeah.
because if you well, let's not misunderstand this, but if you're too good of a boy, girls don't really like you that much. They like you, but they probably want you as your brother.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
What do
they
you mean good? Like good in
Well,
a
the
good
thing
way or
is,
bad way?
you have to also show that you can be exciting.
Okay, yeah.
Because I think, from what I've understood, ladies like people who are exciting. They might feel, oh, this guy is boring. You know, things like surprise. You know, things like that. You surprise them. Find a way to surprise them.
Yeah.
That's the kind of excitement I'm talking about. So I'm not talking of the bad boys, so to speak.
Okay.
Although some girls like bad boys,
Yeah.
but that's normal.
So that brings me to my next question. You know, when you do this stage of courting a woman or courting, that's the right word. You do all that, and then you like win them over. You got married, settled down, and life begins. But I found out that a lot of relationships stop doing what they were doing, and they let that sometimes relationship just goes downhill from there on, because they're not cutting anymore, they're not being excited. I know life gets in the way, but how do you reinvent
yourself?
A relationship that's going downhill?
Okay, first of all, in my opinion, people take relationships too seriously. I'm not talking about the commitment part of it, because you need to take that importantly, but you meet a friend. Say, for example, you have a friend. When you're single, it's okay for you guys to hang out, go out and have fun. The moment you get married, she starts distancing herself.
Or she or he, both?
No, she. Both of them.
Okay.
It could happen on both sides of the aisle.
Yeah.
Okay, the thing is, yes, you're married now, and you're going to have some responsibilities now. But that shouldn't actually stop you from being yourself. Don't forget that those ladies are the people who you grew up with. Those are your circle.
Yeah.
I hope you understand me. So the thing is, it shouldn't really stop you from enjoying yourself. But definitely it has to be in conjunction with your partner, because again, now you're in a new dynamics.
You're one now.
You're one now. So you're in a new dynamics. But then that's where, for a guy, it can be a bit difficult. If he's one of those very possessive type, then you start having problems. So it's okay for him to hang with you. You hang with your friends when he's dating you. But once you get married, that door is shut.
Yeah.
Shouldn't really be like that.
Possessive.
Yeah, but the thing is, I think most times what happens is that people stop courting themselves. Always see her as your girlfriend, even if you're married to her.
I think you got a point there, and I've seen a lot of women, coming from a woman's point of view, I've seen a lot of women, they get married, have kids, and they stop taking care of themselves. They stop looking good, because when they were single, they worked so hard to get a man, and when that's done, finished, we've done it. So they can now relax. They start tying wrapper. I'm not saying wrapper is bad. They start tying wrapper. They start wearing Mary Amaka type of clothes, and they stop living, So,
which is true.
Yeah, I've seen that, and it's not makeup, so I've seen it. So
yeah, that's a mistake.
And then that makes a lot of men kind of like start looking outside.
Okay. I'll tell you this. The thing is, the fact that you're married doesn't make you unattractive. People will always look at you. They always see you as an individual. So, but the mistake I think, or the mistake people make is immediately they get married, they take that new persona and they don't look after themselves. What people fail to realize is that a man is a visual being. Our eyes basically see stuff. They might not talk, but the brain is working.
The brain always.
So a man is a visual being. And the fact that he's married to you doesn't mean he doesn't see a fine lady out there, if that lady meets the kind of, statistics that he likes, so to speak. But here's the thing. Never forget what brought you together in the first place. those are the things you need to always hamper on. So the thing is, and this actually happens both for the men's, also for the men also, not just mostly the ladies. You think, oh, we're now married and this and that. But the truth about it is this, because this is reality, and I'm going to be very blunt here. Having a family and having kids is not, it's not an easy thing. There's quite a lot of commitments involved. And these things, to be honest with you, have to be taken seriously. Otherwise, a lot of things happen. But then, what I say to people is, don't forget yourself in the process. And the reason is this, because it's your life too. While those kids are growing from baby to, whatever age, teenagers and everything, don't forget your life is also clocking. So the problem the issue that happens there is because of the program of things, the couples tend to forget themselves. Now here's the danger. The danger is after a while, the husband starts feeling left out, or the wife starts feeling you're not looking at me anymore. Then maybe he doesn't go out as much as before. Now he's going out because he's not excited anymore. It's not because he doesn't love you maybe, but he's not excited anymore.
So this is where lack of communication?
Definitely.
Yeah.
Well, all these things will start breaking down quietly. And maybe again, you used to call yourself pet names. Now you're now
Mama John.
you're not using the name of your kid.
Your kid. That's it. Yeah.
The truth about these things is they are very basic, and they might look trivial, but it matters.
Yeah.
You always need to make her understand that irrespective of the kids, she or he comes first. They're always first. The only thing is she also will understand that we have kids now, they need to be looked after, and I have other things also as a wife or as a husband to do. So basically, these are things you must always keep in mind. It's a juggle, to be honest with you.
So that brings me to my final question. Any tip for the couples there or people looking to enter a new relationship? Do you have any tip? One or two? Just
one thing I'll say is always have respect for whoever you're going to date or whoever you're going out with, whether it's a long-term thing or it's a short-term thing. And I'll tell you why. The thing is, life brings everybody together. Life is a circle. I say to people, life is a circle. So it's either, it might work for you on this part and it might not work for you on that part. But trust me, somewhere along the line, what you sow always comes back to hit you. So, but then the thing is, always have respect for whoever you're dealing with. And even if things don't work out at the end of the day, think about it. If you say you had a disagreement with somebody and then you start cussing them and everything, what people don't realize is that it also tells on you, because it shows that you must have been blind to make such a choice.
I think we're going to go deep into race. It's a huge topic.
Yes, it is.
But thank you for coming and thanks for sharing.
Oh, it's always been my pleasure.
Thank you.
It's always nice sharing the limelight with you. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Okay,
viewers. Today's topic is about relationship, and you've had it from the guru himself, Mr. Pax. So follow us on social medias, and if you have any comment, please email us or subscribe. Thank you.